Oh, there we go. I'm still in the car. I'm recording two separate videos for titling reasons because there's a 100 character limit for YouTube titles. So here we go. Hazbin Hotel, universally positive ratings. Amazon Prime original. I watched it on Amazon Prime. There is a picture of Vivienne Medrano. I did not know that one existed. Keith David, Stephanie Beatrice. Jeremy Jordan. I quite enjoy this. I seen the pilot a couple of years back, and I thought it was great. I actually saw it twice, maybe in a row. And I was bummed out that it never went anywhere. But then they announced that Amazon picked it up, and then when I got to actually watching it, that A24 is producing it. I don't get why A24 is producing it, but okay. And I gotta say, even with just this, Amazon are doing way better with their animated series than Netflix are. Netflix keep on producing all these different ones. They've got like that Digman show. There was one about like the captain of a boat or something, and they just keep on producing what looks like Brickleberry clones. Like I don't know why they want to do that, because who the fuck is watching Paradise PD? And even then, Paradise PD fucking sucks. But this is pretty good. I'm surprised Keith David signed on to do it. Didn't really seem like it'd be up his alley, but he's welcome. He's a great actor. There is something I gotta say that I'm a bit ashamed of saying this. When they had that bit at the start where they were talking about how, Lucifer only wanted to give people free will, and all that. I got very Christian, like, in my head, which is weird because I'm not fucking Christian. Like, I was like, oh, shut up. Like, it just felt very Satanist to me. Like, they were praising Satan, which they just aren't. Like, they're using Lucifer or just hell in general, as a plot device. Like, the Lucifer show isn't praising the devil. The Doom games are praised, especially the Doom games. Like, if you're killing demons, then you would think that's something that the Christians would support. But it is a pretty good show. I don't know what else to say. Actually, I know I'm being hypocritical by watching this, because it started off on YouTube, but, well, I got nothing else to say. I'm a hypocrite. There will be no final review for Echo. Also, I should have explained. Just before the Modern Lamp started, I decided that I'm going to actually do FRs for all these shows. It says that they're cancelled, but there was no official cancellation. But it would make sense for these things to get season 2 because of how they worked. Or in Loki's case, the season 3. So I'm just going to do FRs, and then if they get picked up, then I guess I can just do another FR or something. It'll be a problem for me in the future, Ego won't be getting a final review because when I reviewed it initially, I had already seen every episode. So, final review, Loki. It is amazing. It is the best thing that the MCU's of. It's the best MCU show. Like, everything about it is great. The costuming, the acting, the casting, just the tone and style of it. I love it all. And people, not this show, but for the others, they were saying, "Oh, there's no real point in having these. It's just so that they can give us something, and they're not even really putting any effort into it." But with this, there is, heavy ramifications, because the way that season 2 ends, Loki is now sort of he is the reason why the multiverse exists. And that's why there's not going to be a season 3, because that wouldn't make sense. Unless they were to make season 3 after the end of Secret Wars or something, which I don't think they would do. So yeah, it was great. I don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to move on. Final review, Moon Knight. I don't get the hate that this gets. Like, Moon Knight, the character was amazing. The action was not the best, but, you know, it was never going to be on par with Daredevil, or hell, even Echo. Even though this came before Echo. Also, forgive my memory, I seen Moon Knight when it aired, which was nearly 2 years ago. I love the way that they've done the split personality. I love Khonshu, I love all the other gods. Ending wasn't the best, but that's really the only bad thing I have to say about it. Actually, Arthur Harrow was very forgettable. I'm surprised I remember his name. Final review, msmarvel. No one fucking saw this for some reason. I have no interest in it. Like, but you seen She-Hulk? Like, fuck it. I don't care if you call this bad. But come on, like, why would you not? Right, people were calling this bad, but they hadn't even seen it. I've seen it. It's one of the worst shows, but it's not anywhere near bad. The casting of Iman Vellani as Kamala Khan, I think I've said this in the Marvels review, but she's great. The character itself is amazing, just all very cute and cuddly. I don't mind all the sort of Arabic cultural things that they put into it. Like, that's fine, even when they went back in time. Well, that whole plot itself didn't make sense to me. Although, you know, it's been nearly 2 years, so maybe I'm just forgetting shit. So, the only problem I had with that isn't the British colonizers. Like, fine, whatever. But it's just the fact that it had little to no relevance to the plot, at least from my memory. Final review, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know that people have also said that this is one of the worst Star Wars shows. But it just isn't. Like, people were saying everything bad about it. The only thing I've got bad to say about it is that character is quite annoying. Like, oh, it's because you're race. No, it's not because of the race. It's because she's quite annoying. But, you know, Obi-Wan was great. Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader was great. Like, that fight scene at the end is one of the best lightsaber fight scenes ever. And people called that bad, but it just wasn't, because you had the rage, you had the music, you had everything. It's, what are you doing? Okay, good. I thought he was going to park in front of me. Just, I don't get what people said this was bad. It was amazing. Yeah, it was a little fan servicey, especially since it takes place in between episode 3 and 4, which wasn't the best, but if it still makes sense, I don't have a problem. Final review, Secretinvasion. The show's okay. Samuel Jackson's great, Ben Mendelsohn is great. Don Cheadle is great. Emilia Clarke, not the best. Kingsley Benadir was great. The only bad thing I have to say about this is the fight, like the fight scene at the end was just sort of, it felt, now I haven't read the comic, so maybe the comic is the same, and if the comic is the same, I'm going to point that out. Like, I know that the comic seems to have got good reviews, and if the end is the same there as it is here, like, I'm not going to just suddenly change my opinion like some people do. It just felt like a child sort of getting all their toys, and I know I've used this analogy before, but now I can't remember like how I word it. You know, you just kind of you get a Barbie doll and you put it in front of all the toy soldiers and make her like a damsel in distress or something, and it's just it doesn't really. I don't like it. It just. Final review, Book of Boba Fett. It's very forgettable. I don't even know when the fucking show takes place. Does it take place before episode 4 or after episode 6? Like, I don't know. Tamara Morrison is great. Ming-Na Wen is... I don't even remember her. Matt Berry was... I liked him in it. The only good episodes are the episodes of Mandalorian in it. That's not like... They're good because the Mandalorian is in it. It's just that that's where they've put the effort into it. Although the ending sucked because they decided, oh, let's give Grogu the look, and then how the fuck is the Mandalorian going to work without Grogu? So he just goes back to the Mandalorian for season 3, even though they never actually explain that. Final review of The Boys Presents Diabolical. I don't care what people forget. This show was awesome. Like, the animation style in all the episodes are great. I love the way that they had one that was canon to the comics. All the different people that you thought, or at least I would have thought, weren't going to be in The Boys, got a chance to be in The Boys. And that's always great. People who were returning, especially like Anthony Starr, love that. Even though I had seen this, like when I had only seen 2 episodes of The Boys, which probably wasn't a good idea. But hey, I'm caught up now, and I don't think it's too big of a problem. And final review, Flack. I finished this show so fucking long ago because it's been so fucking long since the last episode aired, and they kept on saying the season 3 was coming, but the thing is that the channel that it aired on, they had Pop in America, which that was a channel doomed to fail, and then W, which the only other thing they play is Doctor Who reruns and ambulance, like reality shows. So, if the show existed on like Netflix or Disney Plus, then it would have been fine because it's basically the same as like Scandal and Ray Donovan and House of Lies. It's one of the better ones because I'm not a fan of Scandal or Ray Donovan, but House of Lies is great. It's not as good as House of Lies, but still it's pretty good. And the Pac-Queen's great in it. All the other supporting characters are pretty good. It's just a shame that season 3 never happened and they just kept us in the dark about everything.